Hi, everyone. I'm Frank Mallicoat. I'm a news anchor reporter for Fox in the San Francisco Bay Area. My guest right now is Sandra Lynn. She's the founder and CEO of Kirikou, which parents are going to love, especially now. It's a STEM learning company that sends fun educational projects to your kids in crates. And the kids get to dissect, they get to build, they get to innovate, they get to play. They also occupy their time a little bit. And I think I hear the parents clapping out there right now. Sandra, good day to you. Good to have you with us.
Thanks so much for having me, Frank.
I know you're a mother of three. You've got an 11, a 9, and a 2-year-old, and they're all home right now. How are you coping?
We're hanging in there. I think similar to a lot of parents trying to make it work. I know a lot of us are adopting new roles as teacher and maybe lunchtime chef in addition to working or whatever else. So there's a lot of different things that we're taking on these days. But we are hanging in there. We have a middle schooler, elementary school, and preschool. So we have the whole gamut, but everybody's keeping busy and we're staying relatively sane.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, I gave a thumbnail sketch of your company. Take us a little deeper into the crates, so to speak, and exactly what you folks do.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are all about encouraging kids to see themselves as creative problem solvers and critical thinkers. And ultimately, what we're trying to do is give them hands-on projects that enable them to exercise their creativity and hopefully kind of as they tackle whatever challenges come their way in their lives, they are actually going to be able to do that with some of the skills as well as the mindset that they gain from the crates. So the crates themselves have different activities. So whether it's engineering a robot or creating something and then playing with it for pretend play or pulling together some type of an artistic activity. There's a lot of different things that we do, and we now have crates that span for kids of all ages. So 0 to what we call kids at heart. So 104.
All right. So you're talking infants all the way up to high school kids, right?
Yeah. So really targeted from newborn through teenagers. But again, also for grown-ups too. We have a number of grown-ups also engaging in some of our crates.
Oh, I bet, especially now because they're all home taking care of the kids. Talk about creative confidence. That seems to be two buzzwords with your company.
Yeah, so it's that idea of whenever you have a challenge or whenever you have a problem or an opportunity that comes your way, feeling that you can actually do something about it. And then being able to actually tackle that by envisioning a solution and then being able to actually pursue that solution. And that's what we're really trying to espouse in all the projects that we are presenting to the kids is having them feel like they have overcome and have actually built, created something, and that they have those discoveries and they have that mindset and that sensibility along the way so that whatever comes their way in the future, they're able to actually tackle.
Talk about the reaction from kids. I did see on your website of a young boy running to the mailbox to get his crate. I imagine they can't wait to get him.
Yeah, I mean, the crate comes in a colorful box and it's addressed to the child. And it's nice to get mail, and especially a mail that's addressed to you. So the kids are always really excited about it. And I think what they're really anticipating is the magic that's inside of the crate. So being able to actually engage, being able to have fun. And by the way, we embed some learning along the way.
Take us through maybe one of the crates and how long does it take to put something together, to figure it out, a puzzle, whatever the case may be?
Yeah, for the kids, it really varies. So what we try to do is we internally do a lot of testing with kids. We have a whole room that's dedicated to product testing. Kids are coming into our office typically, not these days, obviously, but I would say like 6 to 8 times a week. And we're making sure that they're engaging across the different age bands, that they're developmentally appropriate. And so when a kid receives a crate, it varies, but it could be anywhere from 45 minutes to upwards to 2 hours that a kid is engaged in making. And then there's the play that comes after that. Internally, we spend actually, say, 1,000+ hours on each crate that we're delivering to a kid.
Well, it seems to be working. I think you've sold, what, 10 million? So whatever you're doing, keep it
Yeah,
up.
now we've shipped out over 15 million crates. to
15.
kids.
Oh my goodness. I love your mantra. It's designed by experts, but tested by kids, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we have some really great folks internally, mechanical engineers through to teachers, to people who worked on rockets, to people who have built bikes before. So we have a lot of just really creative people, a lot of fun and interesting ideas that get generated and prototyped by our team internally. And then it really comes to the test when we present them to kids. And so the kids are an integral part of our design process.
How much do they cost?
So they start at $16.95 per month, and it's a subscription. So they
Okay.
come every month.
Every month.
And by the way, that's also free shipping too.
Oh, there you go. And I imagine sales are pretty brisk right now with all the kids at home.
I think that what we've discovered is that parents are really looking for things that can keep their kids busy. And if it's something that the kids have a lot of fun with and it's also educational, then it's something that really works for them at this time. Everybody's trying to find ways to really engage their kids and keep them learning during this time at home. And so our crates happen to be really well suited for that.
I was going to say that kind of leads into my next question. It's one thing to occupy the kids doing whatever, but when they can play with something and learn at the same time, especially STEM, that's a bonus for parents. What kind of reaction do you get from parents?
Yeah, I mean, I think for parents, they are looking for something that is enriching for their kids. So that's certainly something that they put kind of at towards the top of their list. But they also realize that as much as something is enriching, a child's not going to engage in it unless it is actually fun. And
Mm.
there are some of those discoveries and that type of thing. And so I think we have something that happens to have that combination of both.
Tell us how Kirikou is dealing with the coronavirus. Has it changed anything that you do at your company? Have you shut down a little bit? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we've been working from home for a few weeks now.
Hmm.
And so there are certainly things that we're dealing with when it comes to, I had mentioned testing with children. So we're doing remote testing now and learning, and that's definitely something that we're getting used to. There are other things that we're learning how to do and get used to, like many other companies, when it comes to actually being efficient and productive. But we are, I would say that it's amazing how resilient and resourceful people are, and certainly our team is that way. And so we're definitely finding ways to get by and to still do what we need to do to deliver these crates to kids.
I've spoken to a lot of people. The way we're innovating today, just talking to you through Zoom now, do you see changes in the way you're doing things at your company now because of what we're going through? Certainly the way we engage, the way we talk to one another, a lot of things are changing. But in the business world, how about Kirikou?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've instituted a number of things to try to uh, adapt to the situation that we're in now. And so I think we're doing better and better at learning how to work asynchronously, because when we're all in one office, in one location, we're doing a lot of things synchronously. And so that's something that we've gotten more and more used to. So there are tools that are really helpful in that. So we rely a lot on tools like Slack,
Right.
as well as Trello, a number of different tools like workplace tools have been incredibly helpful to us. But in addition to that, there are different ways in which we have to actually collaborate. And so we're dealing with a physical product. There's a lot that goes into actually designing the product, as well as creating the kind of educational supplemental materials and collateral that go with the product. And so our teams have done just a fantastic job of figuring out how to do different handoffs and how to collaborate under the situation that we're in right now.
I know you talked about it briefly off the top, but with three children, 11, 9, and a 2-year-old, and the CEO of a large company now, how are you dealing with juggling all this, taking care of the kids, making sure Kirikou is still going strong, and all that kind of thing? It's got to be quite a task, I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a challenging time for all of us. I think we're all trying to get used to what's this like new normal now.
Mm.
And I think for me, I feel very fortunate to have a lot of support. I think the kids are doing their best as well. And I have my husband here, and so we're trading off during the
There we
day.
go. Tag team.
So it's a joint effort. I think it's a real team effort. But we're getting by. I appreciate you asking, and I'm sure everybody else is kind of feeling similarly and trying to make the most of the situation, but also hopefully taking time for themselves and their sanity too.
I think we all owe mom and dad a thank you note now. If you've got children and you're working on top of all that, it's a little crazy. I know our business has completely changed. I think 90% of our employees at our TV station here in the Bay Area, we're all home now. And I never thought that I would be able to report from home and collect, news information, be able to digest it and then push it back. And this morning I did 4 live shots right from my living room, which is pretty incredible. So it is a brave new world we're heading in, don't you think?
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. And I think one of the things about Kirikou is that, there are numbers out there that the kids who are in early elementary school right now,
Mhm.
over 2/3 of the jobs that they're going to see when they're graduating from college are jobs that we've never seen before. Right. And so in general, it's a brave new world. There's a lot that's going on that's changing. There are a lot of challenges. There are a lot of opportunities just in general. And so when we think about that, as parents or for Kirikou as a company, we think about what are the things that we want to be equipping our kids with. So again, whether that's that mindset or the tools and the skills. And that's what we really try to embed in our experiences.
Well, it's terrific. And nothing like having fun and learning at the same time. Sandra and Lynn, I want to thank you for joining us here, and all the best with KiwiCo.
Yeah, thanks so much, Frank. All the best
All
to you too.
all right, I'm Frank Mallicoat here in the Bay Area now. Back to you. Sandra, thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry for the bumps to get you into the room, but so appreciate chatting with you.
Oh no, I mean, me too. I think I had a little trouble too, so it goes all around. But
We're all learning.
Right?
We're all learning. Well, all the best. I was on your website for a while last night. It looks great. I wish, as a kid, I was into Lincoln Logs and all building and all that kind of thing. And I can only imagine what kids, they must just love tearing apart those crates and getting busy.
Yeah, I mean, there's one thing, Frank, that I failed to mention when you asked about the coronavirus and our reaction, and
Mhm.
I don't know if it's worth just mentioning to you, just in
Yeah,
lead
go
in
for
or
it.
whatever
Sure.
else. But our team actually pulled together a resource hub for parents with free content and materials. It's called kiwico.com. It's at kiwico.com/kids at home,
Uh-huh.
kids dash at dash home. And it might be worth mentioning at the end, just as as a service to the community and to parents in general. Our team just did kind of an amazing job of pulling that together. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention it to
Sure.
you in case. Yeah.
Absolutely.